My name's Alot, and I have a YouTube channel where I interview people at marches and things. It's super nice to be able to meet you.
Nice
I
to meet
appreciate your run, and you're doing something awesome here. So we're at the Abolish. Can I ask you some questions?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're at the Abolish ICE March here in Queens. I believe this is where you were running to be DA. And what is Abolish ICE? What does it mean for you to be out here and spread the message of abolishing ICE?
I mean, one, we need to be very vocal about the fact that ICE is a rogue agency that has no place in our country, and certainly does not have a place here in Queens. We talk about what makes Queens what it is. We have the largest foreign-born immigrant population, around the country, and it's something we're incredibly proud of. It's what makes us what we are. We don't get to just call ourselves a sanctuary city and then just sit back and watch these injustices happen.
Yeah.
As a sanctuary city, past year and a half, we saw ICE arrests go up at the courthouse upwards of 1,700%. That is not a sanctuary city. And so it's really incumbent upon our communities to stand up and step up and say we're going to do whatever we can to protect each other, to keep our families together. So, I think this is a powerful showing, and we need to continue to do it, and also, continuing to get support out there to make sure that people know what their rights are so that they can protect themselves.
I know recently the executive branch said as recently as today, as Sunday, they're going to start deportations of undocumented immigrants that I believe had felonies. Do you think that we should be deporting any people with any sort of criminal histories, or we should be treating undocumented immigrants like documented immigrants or documented citizens?
Again, I think there is no place to kind of conflate and overlap with our justice system. Our justice system, while broken, is a system that we have in place, and it's not one that ICE should be entering into that space, right? That is what we have our system for, in terms of making sure that we're ensuring constitutional rights, that people get fair trials, that they're innocent until proven guilty, and we are in a place and a time where we have to say and stand together and say people are just people, and we're going to protect the folks that are here.
ICE is an organization that deports people for committing a wide array of crimes. If we abolish them, there would have to be some branch that did that, or are we seeking no branch to try to deport any people undocumented, documented, or committing crimes or didn't commit crimes?
So one thing I think it's important to remember is that ICE did not always exist, right? And we had a federal agency that dealt with all of these things. It was not ICE. But also...
Wouldn't it be in the same capacity of what ICE does, though? They had the duties of ICE, we're just calling it a different name.
I don't want to get into too many of the details of it. I mean, there are some differences. I think that what we've done is kind of given them carte blanche, power to do all of these really horrific and unconstitutional things. But then, there's a lot of fear mongering that takes place, and the rhetoric is really problematic as well. I'm a career public defender. I know that somebody could be subject to deportation for low-level offenses that would not have any kind of collateral consequence for anybody else in our country. And a lot of people don't know that. And so, I think it's, again, really important to make sure that we are keeping facts straight, that people really understand how the system works, and that many times, you're talking about separating families and devastating lives and communities for sometimes very, very low-level offenses like a shoplift or something like that.
I was told you had to finish up, but in conclusion, was there anything else you want to mention?
Just the fact that I am really, really proud of my community in Queens for being here today and standing up against ICE.
Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Hey, guys, if you're enjoying the video, hit up my Patreon, hit up my PayPal. Both will be in the description right now. Support independent journalism, support independent media, and enjoy the rest of the show.